What's up, guys? It's your local Realized man checking in with the Realized Afro Comb. And in today's video, I want to give you kind of like a book summary or my 6 best ideas from one of my favorite books of all time, Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog. Now, this book is about productivity, overcoming procrastination, just, becoming an outright hustler. And I think that's a problem that a lot of people suffer from. So let's get right into it. 6 of my best tips. Let's go. Plan every day in advance. Now, this is a very important tip, right? Let's say you didn't do this. Let's say you wake up to the alarm ringing, right? You wake up, you're tired, you're not really sure what you're gonna do this day. You look outside, your grass is not mowed. You might decide to go to the store, and then you realize that the store that you are going to doesn't have the fuel that you need to, there's all this random shit that goes on, and you can be pulled by life, left, right, and center. You can have no direction in what you want to do. But if you plan every day in advance, right, you start to have a more systematic approach of how every day fits into the bigger picture of what you want to achieve, right? And you can start creating that picture by seeing how you can leverage every day to get closer to it, right? So you do this the night before you go to sleep. You write a checklist of the things that you want to do, right? And at what times you want to do them. Now, here's the thing, right? Going to sleep or doing these things before you go to sleep has the added benefit of allowing your subconscious mind to be on your side. When you're sleeping, your subconscious mind will be hard at work thinking of ways that you can actually achieve those things. Creative ways, the fastest way, the most efficient ways to achieve those things, right? Subconscious mind is a weird thing. It works in strange ways. Sometimes you need to be in different brain frequencies to channel that inner genius. That's why these artists are often getting high to kind of see the clear picture. But that's a story for another day. Next tip. Tip number 5. Apply the 80-20 rule to everything. Now, what the hell is the 80-20 rule? If you watch my video on it, you probably know what's up. But if you didn't, here's a quick summary. The 80-20 rule basically says that 20% of the things we do every day account for 80% of our results, right? Which means most of the things we do are kind of useless, don't really get us that far. So what you want to do if you want to be productive, you need to find out what small amount of activities account for the biggest gains. Now, a business owner, his 20% might be acquiring clients, right? He needs to acquire these clients so that he can get more revenue into the business, so he can reinvest into the business and create that exponential growth that he's been dreaming about, right? A musician that wants to play at the world stage, at the world level, her 20% might be practicing for 3 to 4 hours every single morning for 6, 7, 8, 10 years to get a 10,000 hours of mastery that we're always hearing about, right? So that she can play at that world level, right? For you, skinny guy trying to get big at the gym, trying to get those muscles, right? Your 20% might be going there, focusing on the big compound movements, the bench press, the overhead press, squats, deadlifts, and really getting strong at those. And that might give you most of your gains, right? So you need to find out what the 20% is that is going to give you the most, and you double down on that, you triple down on it, you focus on it, you figure out how to focus even deeper into that, and that's how you get really good at what you want to do, right? That's how you create real achievement. Tip number 4, use the ABCDE technique. Now, this is in regards to checklists that you would have made if you follow tip number 6, right? Planning every day in advance. Basically, what you're doing is you're ordering things in terms of precedence, right? Like, what matters the most? A is your most important task. It's your one thing. It's the one thing that if you were to achieve that, everything else wouldn't really matter, right? Everything else is just bonus. It's the most important task, right? You need to get that done. That's A. It's the thing you're gonna do first thing in the morning before the ego depletion sets in, before your willpower reserves are gone. A is so important. B, it's a good task, right? Something that you want to get done. It's gonna help you achieve your goals, but you're only gonna do this after you achieve A. C, it would be nice to do, but if you don't do it, it's not the end of the world. D, this is probably a waste of your time. You're better off delegating this to someone else. Get someone else to do it. E, why did you write this on your list? Why do you have this useless junk on your list? You don't need it, right? So that's the ABCDE technique. So let's go through this, right? So we're playing every day in advance, right? We're figuring out our 20%. That's going to give us our 80%. And that's going to be our A. And then the rest is things we're going to do throughout the day that are going to give us direction, right? So now we have an order, we have a better picture of how we're going to approach everything, right? Awesome. All right, tip number 3, prepare thoroughly before you begin. Sometimes just 20 minutes of planning before you do something can save you 4 hours of time. Your time is worth more than money, right? So we're all about trying to figure out ways to maximize our time, to save time so that we can do what's the most important. So planning is a very valuable type activity because it's going to save you a lot of heartache. 20 minutes of planning before you go out and do something big is so important. So let's say you are a up and coming YouTuber and you want to start a YouTube channel. Instead of just getting the camera and turning it on and vlogging about your pets and random shit, you might want to spend a bit of time planning your channel, seeing where there's a gap in the market, seeing where your skills are at their best, and seeing how you can incorporate those two things and create a product that's actually really good. Create a channel that's, new, a channel that's original, a channel that's entertaining, that's actually gonna grow. That 20 minutes of planning, or maybe a little bit longer than that, is gonna go a long way. Before I make these videos, I plan. I think about, how can I best serve the people watching this video? How can I make this video entertaining? How can I make it something that they're gonna come back to? If I just freestyle these videos out of the blue, out of my ass, no one will watch them, right? So 20 minutes of planning before you do anything is imperative. Make that a habit before you do anything that's gonna take a bit of time. Brainstorm, right? Ask yourself, how can I do this to the best of my ability? What should I be considering that I might not be considering right now? What could possibly go wrong? And how much time am I willing to dedicate to this project? What's a realistic time frame, right? Questions like these are things that need to be going through your mind all the time, right? Because they're gonna take you a long, long way. Okay, tip number 2, leverage your special talents. Everybody has special talents, right? For me, my special talents are writing and making these videos and kind of just teaching people, right? So it wouldn't make much sense for me, let's say I'm making a course, to go and create my own graphics design, right? But that's not leveraging my special talents. Somebody else is good at graphic design. Somebody else is good at logo making. Somebody else is good at creating the marketing funnel, right? You need to find people that are good at what they do and you leverage their skills and you focus on your thing. Let's take another case. Let's say that you work a 60-hour work week, right? You work hard and then you come home on the weekend and just mow your own grass. Look, if you work a 60-hour work week, you're probably making a decent amount of money. Why don't you pay some high school kid who lives down the street $50, $60 to mow the grass for you, right? It's a simple job, but look, you pay that kid $60 to mow the grass for you. You have one less thing to worry about. If you didn't pay that kid $60 to mow the grass for you, a trickling effect can kind of happen. Perhaps when you're mowing the grass, your back starts aching, right? You kind of strain your back a little bit, mowing the grass, going over a rock. What does this do? It makes your next week hell on earth, right? So you need to think about how certain things are better off delegated to other people, how certain things have a greater impact than what you might see on the surface level, right? So leverage your special talents, focus on what you're good at, right? And get other people to do the other things. Okay, and tip number 1 from this book that I like is invest in yourself, right? Just reinvest in your own skill set. So 2, you're delegating to other people so that you have time to reinvest in your own skill set, which is number 1, right? Let's say I'm an engineer. Okay, I'm currently an engineering student, but let's say I'm a full-blown engineer, right? Working at an engineering firm, a small one. Wouldn't it make sense for me to kind of educate myself on the latest CAD software, the latest engineering software? Wouldn't it make sense for me to get a good level of understanding on the software? Wouldn't that raise my value? So when I go up to my boss and I ask for a raise, I say, hey, look, I want a raise. I know how to use this software. I know how to use this software. I know how to use this latest software. I am someone who's valuable for you. That'll make sense, wouldn't it? Of course it will. Let's say that you're a professor or a teacher and you're teaching people your craft. Wouldn't it make sense to be up to date on the latest journal articles in that field? It would, right? Because it's gonna give you a sense of value. If you are a salesperson in a business and you make your money based off commission, you make your money off selling, wouldn't it make so much sense for you to go to the top people in your industry, the people that are really doing it, the people that are really kicking ass, see what they're doing, read the books that they read, go to the seminars they go to, take the courses they take, just model their behaviors. Doesn't that make sense? Wouldn't that kind of at least allow you to achieve some sort of level of success close to theirs? or maybe even better than theirs if you take a number of these people and you model them. I don't know, it's just an idea. You can take it or leave it. So reinvesting in yourself is number one. It's something I'm always about. This channel is about dominating your life with psychological mastery. You can't do that unless you're always investing in yourself, learning how to be better, learning how to just kick ass, man. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Those are my 6 tips from Brian Tracy's book. If you guys like these type of videos where I go over some of my favorite books, distill them, give them my own kind of twist to it, my own opinion, and send it right back at you, give this video a like, leave a comment, and tell me what book to do next. Until next time, guys. Peace. So, this is the end of the video. You must have really liked it if you got this far. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, am I right? Okay. If you liked it, please click subscribe and hit the post notifications, because YouTube is doing this weird thing right now where if you subscribe, it doesn't even show you my videos. Very strange stuff. But yeah, click those post notifications. We're all good. Until next time.